On occasion, we come upon extremely terrifying discoveries while driving. Hello guys, and welcome to Just Scary. We have a pretty spooky video for you today, in which we present 7 disturbing dashcam captures that will keep you up at night. Do us a favor and subscribe to our channel before we continue. Now let's get into the video. The dashcam video was recorded on a motorway in Glendale, California, and shows a Tesla driver suddenly slamming onto the brakes as the man approaches the car while brandishing some sort of lead pipe. Somehow, the window doesn't shatter, and the man simply gets back in his car and keeps driving. Later on, he was seen on the same dashcam attacking another car, which is seen speeding along the road. Police were notified of the incident but were unable to investigate because the Tesla had no license plates. Over the following few days, they received numerous calls from people reporting similar experiences. One of these episodes was also seen on a dashcam, and after a few days more, police were able to find the suspect, 36-year-old Nathaniel Radiak, who already had a history of criminal activity and was wanted for the arrest in connection with the recent incidents of random road rage. The motive for the highway attacks was never revealed, and Nathaniel was being held in custody with a bail of more than $5 million at the time.
Wow. What?
This next dashcam footage was recorded on January 25th, 21. He had previously participated in serious criminal threats and stalking in a total of 8 different states across the nation. The car's traveling through a canyon in Utah in the middle of the winter with snow on the ground as it approaches a portion of the road without guardrails. Due to the icy conditions, a pickup truck on the other side of the road loses control and collides with an approaching Subaru. 4 out of the 5 people involved were able to exit their vehicle on their own, but a woman in the pickup had been trapped because of the way the vehicle had dented from impacting the bottom of the ravine. Everyone inside both vehicles would make it out alive, most only receiving minor injuries. The road was blocked for several hours as recovery efforts took place after fire crews arrived minutes later and were able to free her. It took 2 tow trucks to remove each vehicle. Our third incident occurred on May of 2021. Dashcam footage shows Michael Shackelford leaving his bank and driving through San Antonio. As he does so, a car passes him with one of the back doors open and a woman screaming for help. Michael notices the situation, changes his course, and starts pursuing the vehicle while also dialing the police, telling a woman is screaming outside of her grey Ford exiting Incom Road. She's trying to get out, but the guy won't let her. After a while on the highway, the car finally exits, moving at a slower speed. The woman in the backseat seizes the opportunity to get out of the moving vehicle. Okay, here, on the frontage roadwork. What was this guy? She was screaming and kicking in the car. He was acting erratically. She was trying to get out. He sped up. She jumped out and ran. Michael offered the woman to get in the car as he was heading towards the police station. They saw a police officer and flagged him down. They then retreated to a nearby parking line, where a medical crew arrived where the woman was taken to hospital as a precaution, but ultimately, it was determined that she only sustained minor injuries. The woman had been taken against her will by her own husband, who refused to let her go. She had resorted to yelling at him to let her go. Later, her husband was found and arrested.
Hey, I need police ASAP. I'm on 410 South by Ingram Park Mall. A lady is screaming outside her Ford, a gray Ford exiting Ingram Road right now. She's trying to get out of a vehicle and the guy won't let. No, she's not exiting. They got back on 410. I don't know. It says 410 South from Ingram.
Continue watching the video to learn more about the frightening dashcam recordings. If you want to become friends, then click that subscribe button to our channel, Just Scary. Feel free to click that bell symbol to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. This next incident occurred in a highway in Massachusetts, as a man named Jeffrey Coe was driving and listening to the radio when a large piece of ice suddenly flew out of the car in front of him and slammed into his windscreen, shattering it instantly. Unable to see anything, Jeffrey slowly pulled to the side of the road, crossing 2 lanes blindly as he did so. Jeffrey admits that he probably could have avoided the slam of the ice had he slammed on the brakes by that point, risking losing control and getting hit by the other cars, like the one right beside him, which prevented him from swerving into a different lane. This left cracks across the entire thing, as well as damaging a side mirror and the windscreen wipers.
Police and prosecutors, 2 suspects were arrested in the Turkish capital after having scouted out possible locations.
The cameras on our 5th entry on this Tesla show exactly what happened on July 22nd. A small plane in San Diego lost power mid-flight. Because it wasn't close enough to an airport, air traffic control told the 2 occupants to make an emergency landing on the nearest road. The cameras on this Tesla show it from numerous angles. The plane hits a sign as it touches down and is then forced to continue up to a second intersection where it strikes an SUV. It started spewing fuel all over the road, and the 2 people inside the SUV and the 2 people inside the plane were both taken to hospital with very minor injuries. Authorities actually commended the pilot for landing, because he was able to keep the plane on the road doing minimal considering the circumstances. He had already lost control, or even had the light at the first intersection been green, the entire situation easily could have turned much worse. Our next entry features Paul Yearly driving his Ford Mustang to work on April 2nd of the year 15. He suddenly felt dizzy, tunnel vision set in, and he realized that something wasn't right. He turned off his cruise control at that point, and he later recalls that he passed out while driving. He was driving when his foot came to the rest on the top of the gas pedal and pushed it into the floor, narrowly missing a power line pole that could have killed him. He was then steered back towards the highway, but fortunately was unable to clear the hill as he was started driving backwards towards the fence. This was the first time that he had ever put his hands back on the steering wheel and applied the brakes. The only time Paul ever lost consciousness, a passing car saw him in the field, stopped in to assist him, and called the police. He was taken to hospital, where after a number of tests to identify the possible causes, it was discovered that the main factor was hereditary low blood pressure condition. Paul received treatment and was able to fully recover. And this last Dashcam footage was shot on June 25th, 2021. It occurred in Waverly in Kansas during one of the state's summer storms. A car was following a Jeep Grand Cherokee as they approached an intersection, and as it slowed down, 4 lightning strikes struck the car in rapid succession. After all the car's lights turned off because the electrical system had failed, a hole was left in the door handle. The electricity blowing off the car's tires caused them to blow out, and when the family of 5 got to the ground, just one of them was hurt. Even though the vehicle's electrical system was completely wrecked and it was no longer drivable, many modern cars have safety systems that shockproof the inside. The 7th disturbing dashcam footage marks the conclusion of today's video. Which video did you find the spookiest? Have you ever seen any of them? Post your comments in the space provided below. For more captivating videos like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Just Scary. If you want to be notified when we post more intriguing videos, kindly click the bell icon.